Bango. What's up, guys? Welcome to the first episode of the Cooks Podcast. My name is Fernando. Thank you guys for tuning in. Alright, let's get it fucking started, man. So, just a quick introduction, quick little fucking thing about myself. I've been a cook for going on 7 years now. I've had a fucking love-hate relationship with cooking. It has not always been this like, oh, I love it, passionate thing. I got into it actually by mistake, pretty much, which I have come to find that is actually the I've come to find that that's actually the majority of cooks out there, the majority of chefs did not expect to be chefs, did not get into it because they were like super passionate about the industry. And I'm not saying that those people don't exist out there. And I don't mean to discourage anybody either that has a passion for being a cook, like that you're not some authentic cook or a real fucking cook because you want to go to culinary school and you want to. So a real brief history about me, right? When I was in high school, I was a fucking fuck up, dude. Like I was smoking weed and just being I was being a shit kid, right? I was just a fucking shit snot nosed punk, and I'm scratching my nose, right? I'm not digging it. But anyways, so as I'm doing this shit, right? As I'm in the shits, so to speak. I don't know how to fucking should I frame it more upwards? I don't know. Is it distracting? Maybe I should put it like this, huh? Anyway, so in high school, I really wanted to be a cook because I was fucking up, and then I worked at this restaurant where my parents worked at, and my dad was like, "Hey, you know what? You're a fucking piece of shit. Fucking punishment, washing dishes." And I'm in there washing dishes and shit, and obviously there's like cute girls and shit, so I'd like roll up my sleeves and like try to be all fucking cool. Um, and one day my dad brings me into the kitchen on the line to like work on the actual line. And I just remember him like doing the thing and like how smooth and fluent the movement was, and how the thing that actually turned me on about it was I was a busser, and in the line you didn't have to worry about getting sweaty. On the line you didn't have to worry about any of that bullshit, and that was pretty like favorable to me, preferable over being out in the front and being fucking sweaty and having a button down shirt and having to be all like, "Hi sir, would you like me to fucking lick your ass?" Yeah. um, but the restaurant industry in and of itself, is a very unique industry. I mean, all industries are, right? They're unique to themselves, and they all have their own nuances and stuff like that. But I feel like with the restaurant industry, it was very what's the word I'm looking for, man? Like it it builds character in two ways, right? Like if you can make it through the kitchen, for example, the nitty gritty fucking grind, fucking meat grinder that it fucking is, man. Like that builds confidence and character, and I feel like it gives you a sense of pride, right? In a sense, right? It makes you go, hey, um, I can fucking do this shit. Like I can put up with a lot, like burns, right? Fucking burns and cutting yourself and things like that. I think my fucking Room has black mold in it because I'm a cook. Woo! No, I'm just kidding. But no, it's not because I'm a cook. It's because I'm broke. Because I'm a cook. But my room has fucking black mold, and this shirt has been just chilling in there for a minute, probably over a month, and I just put it on. I think some of the black mold spores are like on the shirt, and I was in that room for a minute practicing this thing, kind of doing this, and now I feel like shit. So, great. Give me a second off camera. I might edit this shit out, but maybe not because it's fucking real. Oh, dear God. Help me. I don't know if you guys can hear the screams in the background, but that's my sex slaves in the fucking dungeon. Male, right? I'm just kidding. That's that cook sense of humor right there, okay? It's fucking children running around in the school near my house, which is pretty fucking close by, I guess. But anyways, back to the story. So I was in the kitchen. I definitely preferred that, and I remember I had seen this commercial for like Cordon Bleu, and I was like, do you want to be a chef? It was like, it had like that blue filter on it and stuff, and it was fucking, it looked pretty badass, you know, I'm not gonna lie. And I was like, dude, I could fucking do that, man. Like, it's the one thing that I actually liked and enjoyed. And when I was thinking about going to college and shit like that, like, it didn't really, college to me was never an option. College to me was never a calling. It was never anything like that. And I wanted to go to culinary school. And I remember I remember I told my dad this, and he's like, yeah, that's, you know, like, are you fucking gay? And don't ever fucking say that to me again. And I remember that just shut me down, dude, because it was like, I was a rebellious kid, man. Like, my dad was like, hey, don't fucking smoke weed, and I smoked it, no fucking problem, right? But for some reason, he was like, don't be a cook or you're disowned, you know what I mean? Like, now the one thing that, you know, like, weed, I would at least hide it, right, and fucking smoke weed and get high around my friends, and just to fit in, so to speak. But the cooking thing was like, I want to be a chef. I wanted to actually have something to be proud of, and to just get the fucking wind knocked out of my sails like that. Anybody who has a dad, right? Like their word is pretty like look, we're gonna do some shit that they're not so proud of all the time, right? I'm gonna have kids that are gonna be shitheads at some point, right? Or they won't. I don't know. Fuck. But that disappointing feeling is a lot. And so I did at one point want to be a chef. So that's why and the reason for that little excerpt from my life matters is because I don't want people to feel discouraged because you want to go to school to be a chef, right? So, yeah. So, anyways, that was just like a brief interlude. Outside of that, then I started kind of bouncing around back and forth from when I graduated from high school, which I didn't graduate from high school, but when I got out of high school till now, till about 25 is when I started cooking, 25, 26, I believe. And when I got into it, I was doing all these different jobs, and I had been a waiter at like this really nice hotel, and so and I was making like $200, $300 a night. So I was like, all right, you know what? I was bouncing around. I was like, you know what? I gotta get back into that. I'm gonna get back into the hotel, but I need a job in the meantime. I was working. I was doing granite countertops and all that kind of stuff. And let me tell you something, okay? The kitchen is a fucking grind, but working as a fucking person who does like construction and shit like that, or like granite, or you, like I would wear these gloves that were used like as waterproof gloves, like you know, like those fucking yellow gloves that you put on to wash dishes. But these were fucking blue. They were thicker, and they were to prevent you from getting shocked by using this fucking grinder, and not the app, not the cool thing, right? No, it was a fucking grinder, and you'd have to fucking go and polish shit, and you'd feel like the electrical fucking current go through your arms at times. You're like, oh fuck, you know what I mean? So it was crazy. So cooking is crazy, but that shit is a whole nother fucking level, dude. You know what? They're both equally depressing. Anyways, I was doing that. I quit out of like just being a fucking in my mid-20s and just like not being a fool, you know, just being a man child. And so I quit that job. Boom, go to the fucking next thing. One of my really good friends that got me the job was like, hey, we're looking for a dishwasher. So I get in, boom, go to be a dishwasher. And I was a dishwasher all of like maybe 2 hours. And then I'll never forget this, man. My sous chef came in. And I don't even think he had the title of sous chef, but I gave him and give him that title just because he was the chef's son and he was the only one that actually gave a fuck and would cut fish and cut steaks and shit like that when, you know, when he was around and not fucking banging his girlfriend. Anyways, and he was a fucking hard ass man, and I come from a small town, man. So his like last name, came from a pretty big family. He was a fighter, dude. Like he was a scary person to be around, man. He's younger than me, and I was like, fuck, I don't want to fuck with this guy, dude. Like, I mean, obviously my ego, right, as a guy, right, you're like, dude, fuck this guy, dude, fuck him up. But in reality, I knew he'd fucking beat my ass, right? I didn't know how to fight, dude. Like, I do now, but even then, I'd still look at him a little like, oh, okay, shit. I'd be a little hesitant, but if you're out there listening to this, man, just know who you are. You know who you are. But anyways, I started cooking. That was about almost going on 7 years. 7 years ago, and it was totally by fucking mistake, man. And I remember them being all like, this is how you make a sauce. This is, you know, the 5 mother sauces, which is Hollandaise. Is it Hollandaise? Yeah, it's Hollandaise, Velouté, marinara, or sauce tomate, which is tomato-based sauce. Hollandaise, which is an egg-based sauce. Velouté, I forget what the fuck that is. Bechamel? I don't know the other fucking two, alright? Espagnol, okay? And some other fucking sauce, alright? I think it's bechamel. But those are the 5 mother sauces, and they're French. And I remember specifically, like, when they talk about it like in super high regards to like French cuisine and all this bullshit, right? And so I remember when I heard that, like, oh, the mother sauces, I used to be like, dude, not my mother. My mom doesn't fucking use Velouté or Espagnol in my fucking house. She uses fucking enchilada sauce. She makes, which she doesn't actually. She just makes fucking salsa, dude. Like that. She doesn't need all this fancy bullshit, dude. And like, even my dad, right? He'd be like, you know, it's just irrelevant shit. It's like, is it edible? Yeah? Okay then. You know? It doesn't even have to be delicious. Like, they come from Mexico, so to them, the cooking world is like this fucking glorified fucking, it's just like you're in the kitchen with your little tweezers. Oh yeah. But at the end of the day, it's like, can I eat it? Okay. Can I not eat it? Okay. You know? and I'll get into that kind of stuff later. But but anyways, yeah, I had this very rebellious ideology when it came to the kitchen, when it came to cooking. I did not really respect it the way I respect it now. And I honestly, I think that helped me learn a little bit because I didn't put so much pressure on wanting to learn it. I'm a very nervous person. Like, I'm very like, oh fuck, I gotta get it down. I gotta get it down. It's only when I sit in the pocket and kind of just calm down and go, you know what, dude? If I fail, I fail. If I succeed, I succeed. But I'm gonna fucking do my best and keep my head down and just keep grinding. It takes time and practice, and focus. Those are the three things to master, I think, any skill, whether it's guitar or cooking. But in this case, yeah, I didn't know how to fucking cut a wheel of tomato, dude, without it being like if this is a tomato like this, right? Straight, right? I'd go in and it'd be like that. So I'd get this fucking wedge that was like skinny or fat at the top and skinny at the bottom. It'd be like that, you know? And so, you know, needless to say, they didn't let me cut tomatoes. But anyways, my point is, guys, that yeah, my girlfriend's calling me. My point is that I'm a cook now, and I'll continue to I'll do a part 2 to this story, just because my girlfriend's calling me and stuff. So I'm gonna do a part 2 to the story at some point, if you guys even are interested in fucking knowing about it. But let me know in the comments below. Let me know. You know, if you guys want to hear a part 2, and any topics that you guys want me to cover, any topics that you guys want me to talk about. Let me know what your guys' first, kitchen experience was. And eventually, guys, I am gonna have guests on. I'm gonna have other cooks on, and I'm gonna kind of talk about their story, and I want to do topics that I want to target as well, like leadership in the kitchen. I want to do things on dating in the workplace. And fuck, my girlfriend is a fucking I don't want to fucking deal with that right now. I'll probably edit that part out. But anyways, the grind set, all that kind of stuff, and different things, guys. So I really want to talk about topics, but I also want to I want to have interviews with everyday cooks, not the chefs, the cooks. I am going to interview chefs as well, but this channel isn't for that. This channel isn't about the superstars of our industry, right? It's not about the people that have the, it's like the NBA gets all this fucking fame and credit, right? But there's people every day that go and fucking play ball, right? There's people every single fucking day out there that, as a hobby, they just go and they fucking play ball, right? There's people that work hard because they have like that team, and they fucking go out and they do that thing. Cooking is a fucking team sport. Cooking is one of those things where we as fucking people, right? We are everyday people that are out in the fucking back alleys, that are out in fucking, dive bars, that work at Macaroni Grill, that work at fucking, for franchises, for mom and pop shops. Like, those are the fucking people that I'm making this channel for. So if that sounds like you, and you want to hear more shit about, I want to hear some kitchen stories, man. Like, I'm going to tell you guys in part 2 a little bit about my experience, go more into depth on my experience, and just all the gnarly shit that I've fucking seen in my years, man. At least in my first year. After my first kitchen, it was kind of bland, but the first kitchen was definitely raw. And Ugh. And yeah, man. So if you guys want to hear some real stories and you know, not necessarily anything about fucking Michelin starred and fine dining and stuff like that. Like, look, those cooks exist. That exists, and there's a world like that out there. I am gonna interview some big chefs, hopefully in the future, and some big people and stuff like that. But in reality, there's a lot that I want to talk about on this podcast. And if you guys wanna, or if you guys are interested in knowing more and actually want to see this, then like, subscribe. Um, it'll help grow this channel and get more people in on this conversation. So yeah, thank you guys for tuning in if you guys did. And yeah, man, I hope you guys have a good day, have a good shift, and stay sharp.